Today I'm going to show you how to build a lasagna. So in previous YouTube videos, we've shown you how to make a bolognese sauce. This is a meat bolognese sauce. And we've also shown you how to make a white sauce or a bechamel sauce, all right? If you don't want to use bechamel sauce, it's absolutely fine. All you need to do is you just use creme fraiche instead. Okay, so my sauce, as far as I'm concerned, has got plenty of spice in it. It's well seasoned. So I've got an oven-proof dish, and I'm going to start with the meat on the bottom. There's a bit of a debate going on whether you need to put meat on the bottom, but I like to put just a thin layer on the bottom just to make sure that the pasta sheets don't stick to the bottom of the pan. But again, it's up to you. So I'm going to put in 3 sheets there. The great thing about these sheets is you don't have to cook them, don't have to pre-cook them. They can go straight in. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of the white sauce, and this is a really good tip, is that what you can do is use a pasta sheet as your spatula. So you just literally pull the white sauce all the way around, because you'll still use the sheet afterwards. Then I'm going to put in a small layer of cheese, like that. Okay, I'm going to hang on to that. I'm going to do a new layer of meat, of the bolognese, like this. Again, don't worry too much if it's not even. It doesn't really matter, because it's all going to cook down and it's all going to be really, really delicious. So the next is back to the sheets of pasta. Again, remember, it doesn't really matter. Some people, you have to say that you have to have so many different layers. I don't know. I think you just have whatever layers you want, really, and it depends on the size of the dish, how much sauce you've got, how much bolognese you've got, all of the above. Okay, so there we go. Like I said, if you're not going to use a white sauce or a bechamel sauce, don't worry about it. You can just use some creme fraiche. So I'm going to build again like that, and then I'm going to put on one more layer. Okay, it's important at the end that you don't finish up with the pasta on the top. The reason you don't want to finish up with the pasta on the top is the pasta, it will dry out. So my last layer of pasta, I'm going to chop it off there, make it lovely and pasta-y like that. Push it down. I'm going to be adding a bit of water to this bolognese because I think it is a little bit on the dry side. So I'm going to add a little bit more to it. Let's try and get one more layer there. A little bit more of the white sauce, just because you can, like that. That looks lovely like that. Okay, so now I'm going to finish off the top with a meat layer, then a little bit of the sauce, and finish it off with the cheese. And then I'm going to put some water over the top, just so that there's enough moisture for the pasta, for the lasagna sheets, to actually cook off. So there we go. I'm going to just use a little bit of the pasta sheet again, and just put the white sauce on the top like that. You can use the other end if you want. Dip it back in again like that. Looks great. Okay, you can push that in so you don't waste any. Okay, so you finish that off by putting some cheese, sprinkling some cheese on the top. This will also allow the cheese to melt and seal the dish again, so it doesn't dry out. And then I can hear you say, how much water? Well, that is a really good question. All right, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to pour in just a little bit of water. I'm not going to put too much water in, just like that. And then I'm going to look at it halfway through the cooking stage and see how that water's doing. If the water has totally been absorbed, I possibly might add a little bit more water, but I think as long as you can see the water, then that's fine. That will go off into a hot oven, so 200 degrees, and that will take about 35 minutes, maybe 40 minutes to cook right the way through. The way you'll know if it's cooked is putting a knife into the pasta, and obviously you won't be hitting hard, the pasta will be soft. So there you have it, a beautiful layered lasagna. Enjoy.